Okay, so we out here. So I'm picking up on vibes. It's about a father and a son. So the father is jealous of the son. And that is the problem that the father has with the son. Why they're jealous, I don't fucking know. But we about to do this reading. Oh, they keep touching my lip gloss. So the thing is that, you know, the father got shit going on in his life. But it's like he trying to blame his son. But he trying to blame his son because you jealous of your son. So it's like you try to make him a target. You sitting up here wanting his life to fall to shit. This it's kind of like when it comes to this son, you need to understand your whole fucking family is jealous of you. You need to understand that. And the thing is that you know, jealousy comes with a lot of things. It comes with being a liar, a thief, a cheater. So, I mean, it's only a matter of time before you start having these behaviors and displaying a lot of things that your family, their characteristics, it's like a generational curse. There's a lot of hidden animosity because of the jealousy. That shit is like an entity that's just attached to the bloodline. Somewhere in there, you're safe. You are chosen. They cannot touch you, but you have to be responsible. And this is when you practice self-love, because you need to love yourself enough to separate yourself from that bullshit. That's not who you are. That's not who God is calling you to be. God wants you to see who these people are. But you may be like most people. Most people are stuck in titles. Oh, well, that's my dad. That's this and that. Well, you can respect anybody. You know, you can love people from a distance. So let's get into this reading. So the dad just feels some type of way. It's just jealousy. You need to get over that, because you may be jealous. Maybe your son is a father. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like you may feel some type of way about how shit is in his family and how he's raising his children, what have you, and you may be feeling some kind of way. I don't know. There's a sense of freedom that you feel like you don't have. You always be trying to compare yourself to your son. You were who you needed to be for your son, and they need to be who they need to be for their children. You need to, Dad, you need to focus on your life. I feel like things are not going good for you right now, so you're upset. You're upset about shit. But my thing is, you need to deal with your household. Stop trying to project in somebody else's household. Stop worrying about what somebody else got going on. You see, your mind, you're trying to escape your situation. You don't want to communicate with the individuals within your environment. So you're doing what they call in psychology displacement, to where you want to make somebody else the issue because you are not willing to face the issue head on. The people you have an issue with, you don't want to confront them, so you choose to take your shit out on somebody else. You choose to make them some type of target or problem in your life. You're supposed to be the dad. You're supposed to be setting the example. What are the messages for whomever it may concern? What are the messages? You know what makes Wonder Woman? That she is her own woman. Do you know what makes Superman? He is his own man. Every superhero, they are their own. So if you need help with a light, fun perspective, think of your family as the Incredibles, a family of supers. I'm just saying. Give us the messages. Here's the projection. You got the King of Cups in reverse, the Sun in reverse. So somebody is trying to project onto you. Somebody is trying to say that you're not emotionally intelligent, and they're trying to say that you don't have the truth. When you receive the truth, you act and behave like a tantrum, a immature child. Okay, but that is how this person acts, behaves, and responds to shit. This person doesn't like to hear no. So when you tell them no, they get upset. They throw a tantrum. This is what you call the spoiled brat. There may be some issues going on with drinking, affecting them emotionally. This is the card of depression. This person is depressed. They may be drinking. They cannot handle the truth. They're not transparent, and they're not attracting transparent connections to them. In the position of your crown, you have the Fool card. This person has the Six of Swords. Then they have the Queen of Swords in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse. This person is surrounded around people with mental health, motherfuckers who are greedy. Like, motherfuckers will throw them under the bus. This is bad energy to be around. Okay, here's the Emperor. Then we have the Ten of Wands. And we have the Liar card, and that's it. So somebody's lies, they can't handle the truth. So they're trying to lie their way out of a certain situation. They're trying to lie about some shit. Okay, so I mean, the lie is not sticking. The shit is backfiring. It's kind of like they think about wanting to tell lies, but it's kind of like they know that that shit sound dumb, or they know that there's a way for individuals to find out the truth. Motherfuckers is trying to figure out why their lies are not working anymore. Why every time they try to tell a lie, somebody sheds truth on their lie. Why do I keep getting canceled out? Why do I keep getting shut the fuck down? Why does this keep happening? That's a mystery. So the thing is that when it comes to you, for who this reading is for, you're in a position of the Fool. That is your crown. So this is just you being faithful. Okay? You're thinking about taking a big risk. You're thinking about taking a leap of faith. Okay? You know who you are. You accept who you are. It is what it is what I'm picking up here. There's pressure. You know, you apply pressure. Maybe somebody is trying to apply pressure to you. People trying to come to you and maybe try to apply some type of pressure to you, but you solid as a bitch. It's like every time they try to come to you with trying to prove some fucking point, they get sat the fuck down. It's like children. It's like dealing with children. You dealing with grown ass children. It's like, when are you going to learn to stop fucking with me? You keep getting that ass spanked and handed over to the universe, by the universe. This is some type of authority too. So, you know, your authority may apply pressure to other individuals. Well, if they're doing what the fuck they're supposed to be doing, if they're being honest about shit, then, you know, shit, they should be wide the fuck open. And you have to remember, somebody may not be honest with you, but motherfuckers is honest. They honest with themselves and they're honest with God. And that's all that truly really matters. So you have to be careful when it comes to your authority. Because you may not have all the answers. The truth may be being spilled out, but you don't know about it. And that is a trap for you. So it's kind of like you need to slow down. You need to pump the brakes. Because you know, the Fool card, you got that in the position of your crown. You know that you're a fool. This could be a fool for love or something like that. I don't think in this situation it would be in your best interest to be a fool in love. Because you be loving on the wrong motherfuckers. You're going to attract people like your family. That is your world. Because you are still connected to your family. You have not disconnected. You have not created a world. You have not created a life of your own. So your family is your world. So people who come into your life, people you attract, that you meet, they're like shadows of your family. So let's say if you have family members in high places and they are corrupt, then you deal with a lot of corrupt authorities. You wonder why certain things didn't happen for you with jobs or careers, because these people are the gatekeepers. So when it comes to you and your type of consciousness, your family has always discriminated or held that type of consciousness back. They've held them down. So your family may have not been doing it to you outright, but their shadows have. So it could be distant family that you don't know. Or, you know, some people are just not close with their family. I wish people would get into mental health, because it's so unbelievable. Sociopaths, narcissists, it's so unbelievable. It's so unbelievable the lengths in which that they will go through. Come on, squirrel. Why would he do that? He just gonna run out. He see me coming. Why would he do that? I can't stand when they do that. Ooh, child. Almost. I'm not trying to hit no animals, baby. So, I mean, think about that shit. So, I mean, whatever. To each his own. But, I mean, you have a lot to think about. You have to, you know, motherfuckers gotta wake up. Now, the thing is that you don't have to stop talking to your family or stop associating with them, but you have to detach. You can't tell yourself that, oh, I don't care about certain shit. But if you knew how certain shit was affecting you, then you would give a fuck. And whether you see it or not, you are being affected. So what you want to do is you want to create more of a life of your own. You want to have a life. Your life should not revolve around you being around your family all the time. It's a fucked up ass family. No, you shouldn't be around them. You can't trust them. But, I mean, the choice is yours, shit, you know. I mean, whatever. There's a lot of us have already been through this shit. It's kind of like the Spider-Verse. Okay, the Spider-Verse with Miles. He didn't want to let his uncle go. All the other spider men and women, they all had somebody in their life that would be a hindrance to their purpose. So yours is your father. You have purpose in fatherhood. Your father may not have purpose in fatherhood. That does not mean that you're a better father than him. You just have purpose. Every man, you have purpose. You know, when you have children, you have created that child. So, you know, you have purpose in being a dad, being a mom. You know, but everybody does not have purpose just because you have children. Everybody does not have purpose in motherhood or fatherhood. Being mom and dad is two different things from having a purpose in motherhood and fatherhood. The father is the authority. The father serves purpose in helping individuals accept what is and teaching them the only thing that you are in control of is yourself. Dad is the discipline. Dad is the masculinity. Dad is the authority. Dad is the mentor. Dad is the guide. Mom is the mentor. Mom is the guide. You know, mom is kind of like, mom is going to keep you in love with yourself. Mom is the nurturer, the supporter. That's like the charity. You know, mom can handle her own business. Mom takes care of the children. Mom takes care of the home. She takes care of her man. She takes care of the goddamn animals. Motherhood and fatherhood, it just comes with so much more than just being a parent. Because life is so purposeful. So everything is more meaningful. It's like 10 times more meaningful than just typical average mom-dad family dynamic. How do you know? How do you know that you have purpose in fatherhood? You just have this daddy presence about you. Ever since you were young. It's just this daddy light inside of you that people could see ever since you was a child. The same thing goes for motherhood. You have been mothering motherfuckers since you was a baby. Since you was a goddamn baby yourself. Okay, when it comes to fatherhood, how do you know you have purpose in fatherhood? Well, okay, so the number one, I just told you. I mean, there's just this daddy dynamic. Okay, you're going to notice when it comes to your relationships, it's kind of like you just give the big daddy energy. You know what I'm saying? You know how to talk. You know how to reason. You are the voice of reason. You know the power of your voice. And therefore, you understand that the words that you say what you manifest or condemn out of your mouth, you have a responsibility with that. You have power. You have authority. What you say goes. You are the commander. Okay? So, I mean, leadership. This is the empire, the pioneer. Okay? Ooh. I love talking about masculinity. Ooh. Sorry. I mean, as a masculine, you know, you represent acceptance. The feminine is going to represent appreciation. So the key to you being able to identify if motherfuckers are for you, supposed to be in your life, if they accept you wholeheartedly, because the emperor can be a complex mess. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're a man, if you're a woman, we all have masculine and femininity. Okay. But we're more so talking about male and female. Even if you're a gay man, it doesn't matter. Okay? So yeah. You know, you may also attract a lot of women with daddy issues. You also may attract a lot of women who have issues with authority. Okay? This is like the damage side. This, you know, your light. This is what you attract. You attract the wounded puppies. Okay? So when it comes to motherhood, when motherfuckers don't appreciate you, you can't be around them. You cannot be around them, because purpose is your gift. And my thing is, you can't make people. You shouldn't have to work hard to show people why they should appreciate you. You must learn how to appreciate yourself and protect yourself from individuals who be trying to use you, because motherfuckers is always trying to get over on mom. That's why that's why they want to come to mom, because they asses don't want to deal with dad. So this is when mom gotta back that up, because mama know when you need to hear some real shit, and she know the only person who can really give it to you the way you need it is dad. So she gonna send you right on over to your dad. She's teaching you how to be brave. That's your dad, and he is authority. Don't be scared of him. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared of him. Talk to him with respect. Talk to him like a man. You know, for the young boys, you are a man. You are a man in the making. You are a man in the making. You know, dad is a man. You know, rise to dad's level. That's all. You know, Dad, I don't appreciate the way that you treat me. I don't appreciate the way that you talk about me. Why, son? I feel like it's unfair. I feel like when it comes to my siblings, you have less expectations and you have more expectations out of me. You know, I find myself running dry. I find myself being exhausted from having to take on the responsibilities that you tell me that I should do or that I should be. I'm tired, Dad. And I'm exhausted, and this is where it ends. I'm letting you know right now. I cannot do this. I will not do this. And my thing is that a drawer? My thing is that Dad, shit. My thing is that when it comes to Dad should respect that. Dad, healthy Dad is gonna appreciate that. Cause Dad don't have time to be chasing down behind motherfuckers. Dad is not the pacifier. You know what I'm saying? Dad makes it very clear about what he wants. You know, like that masculinity, you know, masculinity is easier to deal with than what most people realize. Because that motherfucker ain't got a problem with telling you what's on his mind. He ain't got a problem with telling you how he feel about some shit. He ain't got no problem. He don't have no problems. He know what he want. He know how to voice it. He knows how to command it. That's what I'm saying. It's so easy to deal with a healthy man. Because you don't have to do no guessing. He don't play no games. You know what I'm saying? He loves the sound of his own voice, honey. He ain't got no problem with saying the shit. He ain't got no problem with expression. You're going to know. It can be intimidating because it's so straightforward. You know, a lot of people are just like, dang, you know, you can have a little fluff. But the thing is that a reasonable man is more sincere. He's not hard. He's not soft. He's sincere. So, I mean, you know, Dad be dealing with a lot of the sensitivity. Dad was there. But You know, dad has been through things in his life, his experiences. He has learned. It has grown him. You know, you see, mom, the mother, you know, she grows things. Dad does not grow. Dad is dad forever. But you're gonna see evolution within mom. That's what you call the best of both worlds. Because when you get out here into the world, it's gonna be a lot of your experience like your dad. You know what I'm saying? Mom is kind of showing you how you're gonna know if people love you, how you're gonna know if friends, if you can trust these friends or have these friends. That's what I'm saying. When there's purpose, it's very catalytic. So when it's purposeful, you're going to be whipped into shape. You're going to be whipped into the person that you need to be. Because in motherhood, fatherhood, the picture is so much bigger. You understand that you are a friend to your child. You understand that you are a mentor, you are a guide, you are their parent, you are their authoritative, you are their catalyst, you are their guide. There's so much that you understand just about being a parent. And then, you know, you learn more about the other parent's role. Because sometimes when it comes to mom and dad, a lot of mom and dads bump heads because, you know, they're fighting a lot of the times for control. How this should go, what this should do. You know what I mean? But there's no judgment. People do the best in which that they can. But I just wanted to break that down because somebody is coming to understand. I feel like as a man, you know, because you always had, because somebody got baby fever. Somebody ready to have some children. Somebody ready to have some children. Somebody is ready to have some children, because I keep these cars, they don't have a lot of children in here, but it's so many children, babies and shit. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like somebody want a big family and that's their secret. So if it's like, I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's your person, y'all get together, child, you probably gonna bust out about 3, 4, 5 kids. Yes, sir. But I feel like that's the type of motivation that this man needs. Because, you know, masculinity gets bored. They get bored so easily and so quickly. This is like the true epitome of a man. Like, he needs to be challenged. You know what I'm saying? There are some men who love being men. They enjoy being men. They love the masculinity. They love it. They thrive off of it. These are the ones that make, like, the good dads. These are the ones that make, you know, the good family man, the good provider, you know, loving that role, you know. Because if they love to do it, then they work harder. They try more. They, you know, they give more to it than whatever. Child, I'm just picking up on children. It's like, it's giving me baby fever. It's giving baby fever. Baby fever. And I mean, I don't know. Depending on how old you are, it's kind of like he trying to bust them junks out. He already know how many children he want. And he's trying to bust them out back to back. So it's kind of like... Before we go, let me just tell you about the story of this tiger, right? So it's a female tiger. And she got pregnant by a male tiger. Now the thing is that there was a dominant male tiger, and he pushed her man out of the territory. So they separated, but she was pregnant. So the dominant tiger wanted her, but she kept her distance. She had her babies, and see, the male tiger could possibly eat her babies or kill her babies. You see what I'm saying? So she spent a long time hiding her children from this tiger. This tiger was persistent with her ass for years, and she spent time protecting her babies, trying to hide it from him. Okay? So one day she had to do something more, because she could pick up that he was becoming suspicious. You know, he was becoming suspicious of her. So she had to leave her babies for like 2-3 days. So one of them ended up wandering off, and they ended up dying. And she was mourning. She mourned. She found the baby. The vultures had gotten to the baby. So she mourned. And I'm trying to tell you, you know, the whole part of the jungle where she was, that shit flooded. And she stayed there for about a week. Then she went back to her other children. So when she went back to her other children, because she had 4 tigers, 4 babies. When it comes to tigers, that's a lot of fucking children. They usually pop out 1 or 2. So she had a big litter of 4. So 2 of them ran off. 1 of them got killed. When she went back after mourning her baby, she met up with the other 2 babies. Then the 3rd baby came back and joined them. So after some time, the big tiger, he found out that she had children. And the boy tiger tried to challenge his ass. So, you know, he was about to attack her son. So, you know, she had to step up in there like, get the fuck back. So he's looking like he don't know what to think. He like, bitch, you got 3 big ass kids. I've been courting you for years. Well, I've been courting you for months. Like, what? So he left her alone. And what ended up happening is that, you know, her children got to a point to where they were old enough. She had to let them go. So she had to make them think that she would kill them if they touch her food. Once she does that, once she can convince them that she'll kill them over the food, then that's when they all went their separate ways. Okay, they all went their separate ways. They grew up, whatever. So she's out wandering. You know, she's looking for that dominant male because she made a promise to him. When she left her children for 3 days, that was her promise to him that she would give him a litter. Okay, so she, you know, he done found out everything. They haven't been communicating. He been left her alone and shit like that. So, you know, she comes and she's just like, she's ready. But he feels bad. So you know what he does? Well, he kills a bear, right? When he sees her, he offers her the whole big ass bear. Like, tigers do not be fucking with bears. That was a big offering. That shit was so cute. It was so cute because he gave her the bear and he let her eat it. He went across the field and watched her, and you should have just seen him. He looked so proud. He looked so fucking proud. So she ended up having another litter by him, and her life was a lot easier because, you know, when it comes to lions, the lioness do all the work. But when it comes to the tigers, the male tigers do all the work. So, you know, she had a rough ass life. That tiger pushed her man out. Then she had to hide her children from him. Then with trying to protect her children, she ended up losing one. I said, damn, she about to start all over with him. She started all over with him. And he took care of her. And he was proud and happy that he took care of her. I said, damn, you know, you think as humans, we got that shit rough. I saw that. I said, damn, girl. I said, she resilient as hell. She went back in and had more children, but she had it. He definitely owed it to her. Damn, you gonna push her man out. You know, one of her babies ended up passing. You know, yeah, make that shit up. He was happy when he got her. He was happy. He just didn't know he was too late, that she had already gotten pregnant by that male tiger. He was trying to hurry up and get that motherfucker out before she did. But I mean, that's what it was. That's what it is. So I said, wow, she deserved that. She deserved that because it was hard for her. Because it's kind of like the moment that your parents push you away, you on your own. So if you go off and you just go have sex and get pregnant, you don't know shit. You don't even really know how to hunt all that well yet. Hunting is hard. You know, it take them anywhere from 19 to 20 attempts to get a kill. That shit hard work. And that's what I'm saying. She had to feed 4 babies. And she had to be out here hunting. You see, it's okay if you have sex with a tiger and you get pregnant, because the man be taking care of the women and the baby. So the man, all of that would have to fall on him. You know, he would have to be the one who's good at hunting. You see what I'm saying? But damn, I was like, damn, baby girl. She had to do that. She had to hunt. She had to hide her babies. She had to nurse. She had to do all of that to protect her babies. That shit was a beautiful story. It was beautiful. So I don't know why I said that, but I mean, What I'm picking up on is giving that. It's giving me that. So I'm gonna tell you what ended up happening to the tiger that got pushed out of the territory. He ended up going rogue, and you know, he ended up fucking around, killing somebody in the village, you know. So they took him and they shipped him off to a zoo. I said, damn, that shit is so fucked up. That man, that's why I say the predator shit, that should be vicious. That man, that fucking tiger, he did all that damage. He did all that damage. I mean, he ended up making up for it, but damn, like, they didn't have to go through that. They did not have to go through that. That was so unfortunate. But that's how predators are. And that's what I'm saying. Like, somebody need to pipe down, because it's kind of like you don't know what type of damage that you're doing. Because you want what you want, and you're willing to do whatever it is in which that you got to do to be able to do it, to be able to get it. This is what I'm saying. You know, you got to slow down and think about what you're doing. Because you could be moving too fast, being too impulsive. You know, you could be fucking shit up. You could be prolonging shit. Well, all right. So that's it. So until next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.